Hey, how's it going today? It's Frank here, and I'm here with Sci-Fi Saturdays. And this movie is called See You Yesterday. I now I don't know what to make of this movie because the ending, I don't know why it ended the way it did. It kind of confused me. There's not really much else to talk about in the movie as well. I'm just going to summarize it. It's about these two teenagers, CJ Walker and Sebastian, and they master the art of time travel basically, and they go back in time to try and stop CJ's brother from getting shot by the police. Wrongfully killed, you could say. And they try to think out different scenarios. And I love movies like this, right? Not this particular movie, because this movie wasn't really exciting me as much. There were some heartfelt moments. I like there's a bit of emotion and passion from the characters, but again, I wasn't feeling the movie that much. But I just love movies where someone has to go back in time to prevent something, even shows too, but mostly like movies especially, where they have to go back in time and just change things. I like stuff like that, especially it's kind of similar to looping movies, where the character's in a loop and they have to try and prevent it. I like stuff like that, even though it's a bit annoying and repetitive, but that's the whole point of it. Now, with this one, I don't know, there's not really many scenarios. In this type of movie where there's kind of different, it's kind of like it wasn't enough for me. And these characters tried out different scenarios where they tried to take, CJ's brother Calvin's friend's phone or something like that, and to think that they would run off. They also tried to, even try and talk him out of it, and you can see him again get shot again. There's also this is also a part which I like in the movie, which is the editing, which I respect. Is that near this, after the start of the movie, they go back in time. This is before they witness the shooting, where they see themselves talking to this guy and this woman. I think it's CJ's ex. And they sort of they're not allowed to, you're not meant to talk to your past selves, if that makes any sort of sense, because it will cause a bit of how should I say this? It will clash basically, and sort of crazy other things that happen within that timeline. I'm trying my best to explain a movie that there's not much to talk about it, if that makes any sense. And I can see if I was time traveling right now, I wish I could. But it must be frustrating trying to keep going back in time to prevent one incident, or try and stop yourself from doing something that you don't want to be remembered for, or that you don't want to do. That would frustrate me a lot. And these characters are frustrating, not to say the least. Oh yeah, Michael J. Fox is in this movie, by the way. He plays a teacher, but I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about the important parts of the movie, which there isn't much of. You also have a character called Eduardo who helps out with making some sort of creating something where creates more energy in the timeline or something like that anyway. And the reason why I'm taking long to explain something is because this movie is long. It's now in 27 minutes, but there's not much scenes that happen. So I'm trying to make this video not long but not too short either. You need to have something to watch. So, there's one scene in this movie that actually really got me, that maybe I could get up the range a bit, is unexpected, where they actually go to the shop where he gets robbed. And this is after CJ calls the police saying the shop's going to get robbed. Police hasn't been there yet. You see CJ go inside to try and prevent the robbery. Don't know why you would do that. Don't know why she did. Don't know why anybody would. That's just going to cause herself to get killed. She goes in there, and then Sebastian's past self comes in, and he must have seen CJ walk in, and they then get into a bit of a bicker, and they get into confrontation with these two thugs, and Sebastian gets shot, and you see Sebastian's present self just start vomiting out blood, and he's non-existent now because his past self got shot. I'll give him that one. That actually did not expect that. And I was thinking to myself, I guarantee right now, if CJ helped both of them out, I bet you should probably be the one to die of something. That I wouldn't be surprised, but at the same time, that probably wouldn't make much sense because you're trying to prevent something happening. So I don't know how she would get hurt in the process. Maybe she does. I don't know. But yeah, the scene I was talking about when she tried to reason with Calvin after, like her doing the tantrum after that Calvin gave her the necklace that she showed him. That still didn't cut, and he still showed it. She still showed him a picture of like the funeral, and it's just some sort of joke. Yeah, in that moment, if somebody came up to me like that, I would definitely listen. If somebody close to I knew saw me getting killed, they went back in time, I would listen. 100% I would. And the fact he didn't listen is another crazy thing too. But look, I mean, all like Calvin had to do was just let CJ talk to police and say they went over there, the robbers went that way. I think the police would have believed it. He should have tried to do something a bit more smart right there. And yeah, it's all, I like how, because other time travel movies, there'll probably be guns involved, so because they're teens, it wouldn't make much sense. So they're thinking logically and smart. They're trying to talk things out and trying to strategically plan it. But nothing that they did was working enough. And that's the thing that, is typical in these type of movies anyway. But look, I mean, there's not really much else to tell. I mean, she saw Calvin get shot, and yeah, it's mad. You see Sebastian and CJ getting restrained as well, and after a while, you just see her back in the garage, and yeah, she wants to go back and save Calvin, but I felt the more time she did, I felt she needed a different approach. Like, it didn't feel like this movie had enough of them going back. I've seen movies like this where the character constantly goes back more times to try and figure out different ways. It's almost like, it's like a computer game basically. It's like an Xbox game or PS4 game, whatever console you have, right? You keep dying, but you have to keep replaying that part to try and get it right, and you learn how to defeat the boss or the enemies or the area, wherever it is, right, or the puzzle, right? It's kind of like this. The more that she does this, the more that she'll end up knowing how to figure it out. So yeah, and I don't think any step that would have taken, I don't think it made a difference. Like, her approach should have been different, but the way the movie ended was like, I don't understand what. She went back in time, and I was thinking to myself, the movie should be about finished soon. Surely this should be quick, right? You see her run, and you see her in slow motion running, like, it's like, she was, I don't know if, it's just like an ending, like, that is the ending, bear in mind, where she was running in slow motion. I was just like, okay, has she figured out this time? The movie ended. What? Is there a second one? There's gotta be her doing this by herself. How's she going to do it? It's pointless. If you're having a movie where it just ends like that without a sequel, it's pointless to make. It makes no sense. I was about to be harsh on this movie and say it's pathetic, it's this and that. It actually, I wouldn't say it's average and decent. It's below average for sure, but at least had some odd good moments which I respect in the movie. And the start made me feel like I was in the Caribbean, by the way. Made me feel happy and a bit jolly at the start of it. And yeah, so that's one of the good things too that I managed to pick out as well. But yeah, there's not many. 2, 3, 4 good things. That's not good enough for a movie like this. But there probably is a sequel. I have to search this up because I'm curious. I've watched it. I'm curious now how she's going to do it. Just because a movie's bad, it doesn't mean you can't be curious about the sequel. I know what some of my friends will say to that. They'll be like, oh, what's the point in that then if you don't like the movie? It's curiosity. Think about it, isn't it? But yeah, again, not much else to describe. I mean, I would talk about the rest of the movie. There isn't anything else to talk about. There really isn't. Well, yeah, but that's disappointing. I'm always finding these poor movies and shows on Netflix. I don't know why. I thought Netflix would be better, man. come on, I need more nitty gritty from this. I literally thought this was gonna be good. But yeah, and Bear That in Mind too. I don't know if I mentioned this in a previous video, but I was gonna do a thing of where if it's a sci-fi Saturday or Sunday, or if it's like a Terror Tuesday or Wild Wednesday or Funny Friday, I'm only gonna pick out a movie that doesn't have any other genre apart from that genre. So if it's a Wild Wednesday, it's just I just want action without any comedy or horror added to it, and that is impossible to do. And I'm just gonna think about doing it from Random Movie Mondays. But then at the same time, if it's more action, I guess it's also I don't know, because I don't want to do an action and sci-fi on like a Wild Wednesday because it also relates to sci-fi. I mean, I do have loads. I mean, I don't think it makes a difference. It's two genres in one type of movie, I guess. But I just want to be like have one genre in that sort of movie. It makes sense, but that's impossible. I'm trying to look for. There was looking for sci-fis. There was action mixed with it. There's horror mixed with sci-fis. I'm just like it's not working out. I don't think I should do it in that way. But I would do a Random Movie Mondays. I should do anyway. Hopefully, I've got a few movies in mind I could watch. I also got one for Wild Wednesdays too. So yeah, but anyways, back onto this movie. Like I said, I don't like when movies end like that. Unless it's a sequel, I'll be happy with that. But again, I don't know. It made no sense to end it there. I don't know how she's gonna do it by herself this time, but I don't know. They might just added 20 more minutes to the movie. It would have made sense. But also, what this movie goes to show is that it sounds crazy and it sounds bad of me to say, but you just gotta let things flow. You just gotta let things go and let things out, because the more you keep changing stuff, the more that somebody else will get hurt in the process, or something else will happen that you would have ended up causing because you're a time machine, because you're going back in time and trying to save somebody that I wouldn't say it wasn't worth it, but I would say like I don't know, it's hard for me to explain. Like, to save somebody, I understand it's tough, but you can't just like going back in time to save somebody that you couldn't prevent to begin with. Kind of, yeah, it makes no sense. I mean, if you couldn't stop it to begin with, then going back in time isn't going to help. And that's why I think that's a bit of like rubbish they would probably tell you in these type of movies. Like, if you go back in time, you're easily going to prevent it. No, more things might happen. So that's what the lies in these sort of movies kind of tell the viewers, like it's not going to change anything. The person still might be the same, as the person still might get, you know what I mean, anyway, in that sense. I tried hard to explain that properly. But yeah, she could let it go, but she wants to save him. But then when Sebastian died, that's when she started realizing she kind of needs to figure out a way to save both. It's, yeah, I don't know, I'm not going to comment more on that because I don't want to get too controversial or say the wrong thing. But yeah, rating, I'll give this a 3 out of 10. 3 or 4, I'll say 3. I wasn't enjoying it that much. I thought there were some good moments in the movie. It needed a heck of a lot more than that. I don't care if it involved teens in it, kids, adults, whatever, right? Like, if it relates to those type of characters, they need a lot more in this type of movie than just a few scenes of them doing that. If it's a time travel movie, I need more time travel. Is that what I said about genres? I need more of that genre in that type of movie. You know, if something's just action thriller, need a lot of the action and thrilling part, because it's not a proper action movie that doesn't have those. But yeah, I think that's it for this video. 3 out of 10 is. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification below. So see you in my next video.